James Kwabena Bonfe Jr. PhD seated this morning.
When him be make I live my life and
Me try Bernard in PSA.
last time though. Wait for no man, let's go.
Samuel Pine.
Shoot like Rambo. Say me, yeah, baby, I'm a dream, yeah, I did. Swear, my dream one in it, yeah, I did. Swear, say, baby, I'm a dream.
Honorable Sam Pine.
Pim.
And Reverend Charles Usu.
Do a mess, sorry. Nabusu ya didi ya me ho atome. Many mere won papo anu ke enkomi.
Me ba sisi anu ma sha se atwetwe nkomo.
Me to for do a mess, sorry. Anu ke enkomi. Mi fe mi na mi no di anyo.
Hey.
Said you bet me a check in a farmer APC in Sunti. And why yen sakuma?
Uti paiwa.
Frakina farmer akuma APC. Kake hawa akuma APC.
Sisiarie. Waposunu no mpemu na ya ya. Fever anahona ya.
Emu bia kina farmer akuma APC ebe yefri ho. Nemum na nuachi na enkwai dia kuhu doctor kina farmer akuma APC eyema obia ya wadi emfie 16 years dekro.
Happy delightful Jew. Swachilala, chichi soso. Afrana pa. Epe pashu breakfast and was in woman. Joe happy delightful juice against with toast, cereal, and even them cool. And we a bread and fifi. The most fridge man. Happy delightful juice. One of what? And you be here. How come that's about relaxing way? Tuano, when you're. Let's say what a chamado. Happy delightful juice. Off and a berry, I bring you all day long. One fruit juice. I'm happy delight. One different flavor. Different size. You number 1 liter. Number from NG 150. I'm at 250 ml.
A healthy life songs on your supermarket.
Happy life fruit juice. Loaded with taste.
The luckiest everywhere. For everyone.
Day. Maintain kakeko. Miniman kasa. If you say the luckiest season 3 Asayaba.
Afi mami chew a kwan a obefa so nye wo ticket but star 712 hash na di ehihye no so to ticket ana se ko internet no so na bo the luckiestafrica.com se bia me community tickets no so na you lucky number
Ubetumi so ama system na eyibi amount share ahia wo pese wutia every 1 Ghana cedi posi 5,000 Ghana cedi Ubetumi mpo ato ticket no ama obi foforo ye obi hero wo pese wutia enye den kra sa wo Ghana for mobile money tia na sa wo amanone dia for bank card tia
ticket baako ebo sika no ho empay ahanum 500 times we ye massa ye pay there will community de benyanso betimi aye emohu edu 10 times
inti yen kambom na yen lucky na luck bebia shawo hoso enye ma wona wondi infiedu watching luckiest jumedie yi enele imrata chire wo Caritas lottery platform no so
Semi sorry no pa kel chako toothpaste na me de twetwe me se e ma me confidence de muni nyina
se wushia ama na me sifit guso na me sre a ye wanwa me de kel chako toothpaste ene twetwe me se obo ade ni pa e wo bidie mu no ene e dia ye kel chako toothpaste e boy sen ho ban e free mowa e boy sen mu tokro e se ahye ene enumunka sure se amani kel chako toothpaste so nie yet center for
media magical charcoal toothpaste atubu me use na no pa ya na dwa me koda no e ma me sinye fita confidence level kwaso entibi na ma na me sin 32 ni na aguso
enkane no ania ma me num di bidie twetwiri yense no asaya bebie mu o bidie wo kel charcoal toothpaste mu no e ma sinye fita e ma na hoden ne sayi nka bia mo wonum ye hwam enunti mo amonom coffee wine any tobacco e kamo seso no aba ma mo kel charcoal toothpaste sankofa yenchi
Kel happy smile
FDA aji edwedi nka to yatomo.
This is about the struggles of the African people to secure justice for centuries of enslavement, classical colonialism, and today's neo-colonialism. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama will launch the book Reparations, History, Struggle, Politics and Law on Tuesday, September 9th, 2025 at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly Emporium, Omanye Abba Hall, Accra. The event, which will be chaired by Professor Akila Pasoya, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana and a former member of the Council of State, will start at 4:30 p.m. prompt. The book is authored by Comrade Kwesi Pratt Jr., General Secretary of the Socialist Movement of Ghana and a member of the Coordinating Council of the Pan-African Progressive Front. The book will be reviewed by Ambassador Cabral Blay Amehe, a distinguished journalist and diplomat. All comrades and the general public are cordially invited.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, Sammy.
Yo, bro.
What's happening?
Why? What happened?
Charlie, my family just called me. They said the rains are chipping and eroding my house.
Ah, wait, which house?
The one I just built.
Your dream family house?
Charlie, the rains are destroying it. Oh, my hard work, eroding my bro.
Building dreams requires more than just materials. It demands a robust partnership. Introducing Gassam's new Eco-Cool cement, made to build your desired property while prioritizing eco-friendliness and sustainability. Eco-Cool guarantees great quality and sustainability with every bag. By choosing Gassam Eco-Cool, you are not merely selecting cement, you are investing in a sustainable nation. Today, make the sustainable choice. Gassam, the nation builder.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. Go TV. Love it.
If you don't feel like your TV is TVing, it's because you're missing that ing. That ing. You know that ing you get when you're watching amazing TV? That's exciting, enticing, surprising, and everything in between. That ing you get when you're pressing play, binging, and blockbustering. The ing you get when you're DSTVing.
Now that's a way to make an entrance.
Get that ing with all sorts of packages to match your with DSTV.
Hey, El Chamano, I agree to.
I miss you. Salary them pay last week. This week, no, it finished. How?
But don't you have GCB mobile app? Just request a salary advance. You will get it in 30 seconds.
Gosh, it just dropped like it's hot.
Get up to 80% of your salary anytime with a GCB mobile app at the lowest interest rates. Switch to a GCB salary account now and payday can be any day. Download the GCB mobile app on Google Play, App Store, or Huawei App Gallery. T's and C's apply. GCB Bank, your bank for life.
A mysterious bag. Huge sum of money, a gun, a charm, all in one compound house. Tenants who are involved in fraudulent activities and a caring mother. Sika Bottle, a new epic drama series on Aquaba Magic, DSTV channel 150 and GoTV channel 102, premiering 23rd July at 8:30 p.m. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 Ghana cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 Ghana cedis today. Aquaba Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
So Tadia, yeah, what can say?
Hey, media me penia a bit dummy low bus line no. Near air tight me hips and casta. Off shoulder, high slit papa B. Flat bottom chese near a chief from one casta.
Now what malaria drone swa, what can say?
Oh, so with the malaria, would your mammy be a
Sebano malaria drone swa, ya one casa chusu to send ya wuchu swa tadiano. Bribia, ya bisa coatem, ya want a cherry flavored dispersible tablet and so homa mofra. And from malaria niagro, kasim, kasa upe coatem. One no nansenchi na one to wa, kuhunu doctor. Ya dikanya malaria test, and sayama hue drasano. FDA aji edwedien kratu ya tum.
Peace FM.
Brother boy na mi sumi boni pie. Kese sa me to fom plum pa me sorry. Ye me dinti na ya me ye die mi tumie. Akona me na me ya me tanga masem ye be tumi bia mi na mi pene ni mwodo. Pem.
Over Sampan wa ha. James Kwabena Monfa Junior PhD so e wa ha say Maminko Studio 2 na ye sha se mon komo. Aluta continua.
Victoria Aseta.
You are my brother.
Brothers for life.
You are my brother. You are my brother.
Ghana nyede. Ghana nyede.
Oh, that
FM. anya kama.
Anya kama.
From Monday me boto pa.
Oh, are they?
President Mahama ni Ghana Constitution ni Ghana citizens oni ni kra.
Me baso.
But Ghana will live and Ghana will grow. Achia ne muye asini abebu nyina de. Anyensem bi a me pani bi kire me mmofra brem eno no. Achia ne muye asini abebu nyina de.
Me da say over Zampan.
Nana ya the cardinal.
Marching.
Ya medio.
Na ho ye.
Christ adum eni mpaye. Yuri aboko.
Edenyamas. Unya sunya adaje ko eye fence. De be dan unya adaje ko eye. Kware heza na say de wajai kra.
Hwe wo sa ensem bi no a. Wo di na ya tia. Wo ya na mama. Bishop anochi. Humia. Na wo ya so ko kwa. Enam say efi na na ya wo. Mimu hwema kra me bo enye de. Na me de ma pokwa. Mas na ni esevu. Oze mas de oze budu ba bia na eja mankora no. No makako sevu.
Okay,
etu aka asem ya nkrofo nyina da bi ba ya. Ya ko program bia yenyo bi to nyuma ya. Da yo hiri to horse sampa ya ko beti. We na me no be bo hwema kra nye de.
Etu nim de be ye.
Da bi o.
Ese o adapt kwa ba ko na yo mu patron. Na hwe o mo no ano.
Okay, and soon bad idea. And it's a Holy Rosary Parish.
Aha. Ewo swami. Aye, ntimpacho. Oh mo kwa sen.
Oh, ewo miensa.
Oh mo kwa miensa.
Aye.
Fa junior kwa no.
Why?
Junior kwa no.
Sa. Okay.
Na ye ehweso ma wo mo. Na o mo hwe abra bo so anka se asua because onyum to ya na homaso wo mu. Ene ahomaso ne nam. To enyum to. Ampa enyum to ne ahomaso ne nam.
Asa sama wo kan madwene I'm averting my mind to that.
Me first a retired chorister.
Now who are retired?
Me retire.
Who are retired? I mean, I'll be kind of saying.
Me retire, no. Me near my fofro. Me retire. Me a catechist. Me a Eucharistic minister.
Okay.
Me a married counselor. It me a fofro shana.
Mate, why are there? Some no Christ as to do enka.
Enka usunsu.
Nana.
Eti adopt kwa no baako. Ba wo de fa junior kwa no me sero.
Mate me yensa.
Why?
But do say na kwabena kan do. Areho e wo system na me so areho me die pa no ejina sem ba kon so. Ni me ekoso basa tantan no. Wo mo ana no eni afe. No mo kikam. Aye wie ya wo mo so mo ya academia. Wo mo nyina akwaji post. Amo ma so asisi. Wo ma no aye mum, wo ma ni sebi efra. Nti de kwaso nyina no nobody is talking about that. Ye wo himfu bi. Mo kasa yo.
Me ba ho ano no de me hwa kom tumpo ho ana me ba.
Mati.
Na oba ma yo boni ano pe.
De bi adan.
Me ha me ofa. Ono abo ba no agi anhwere. O se me ha wadwen pa.
Na se nsam ya de odi me kwato mi. Oba ma atamfo enyame.
Ba se me ha o.
Hadi enka won ha me but de okeka kono obema atamfu na nyame
sa ho
so obi send message okeka na sem chese minim nyum tumpo na oti radio so na waka say me chorister so we say nyina how ni binu no itikad na ahwere itia no oti bi hu na che
ede nyame ase ne ho ye
so e campaign manager one of the candidates
nanse me ohwa na ofre me yaw o mi hu ache me yenhia anam se okay ofa mate anam ko chia no shirt ye hye me wode maame ode cool high so ka ho cool high de da kanu eno me pona me ko school ad me share no eti ofa ansere
ofi America ba no de ba yo
me ka kire o ano bemba adwuma me why se no ba hwe na wampa no ahye bro ni shirt nam se me ofa ne to bre me mansha next time to come to be ma
me danasi ozi ya mfam so de emre me
ofa so de emre me ho ya meti ase e be yi ano pay me ame ofa boache kyerematen ajaako me ame ofa boache kyerematen ajaako man Torino me kan Kabila tena so say dey na minister dey ba Kabila
yes sir
ye nyina e ofa honorable Boache Chirematin Ejaako
e afa senior na kan
say me man go prempe college me kan senior
so ono fancy pem na omuti di senior no
me man ko ho nyina
Boache Ejaako
okay aha enti me man ko bi ntina me kan senior no aha enti on there me
ofa me sra say fa kan ho mami
enti doc any of a sampan say mo hu say of a Boache Ejaako the poster nam na nkrata nam say Boache Ejaako for national chairman na mo ma nye mo nwanwa mo hu say me kan ha kan kire mo Boache Ejaako for national chairman mo ma nye mo nwanwa
enye awanwasemu aha mi ko baby na komodidi mu no obi suggesisa obenya nka ambition say na ko be running for presidential nka onyai na omra
national chairman
omnipa no bo dim be miensa bana ni din e kan ho pa and doc madam fo oye be wo fa madam fo menino ni a free mu kabra ene kwakwesi amanom ne ye di agrache pa ye di agrache enti ye bedi hu nkomo ya hwe ye be di a hu party no akwan be fa so a ye be ye ni yie ma party na gina no enu ne hia me enu tina me ankasa na no me ba ha me tu manu ntu se ye bo pie ne bie kwan ya me ba be contest national first vice
okay
because su dia enanso because the nimdia ye won be bia yakwa kodru ni se the nim party no eni akoma pa de sum ye no eni se ye kase ye ko pension ti jai party no ma party na say no we need to marshal all the human resources e wono eni bibi pa wo ye mu no ye de be so new patriotic party ye moja anu no me meti we twa me mene a we be say blue white red ne puba sa and that is me enti be manakwaba ye be hia ye nyina be di nkobo
mate Kabila
the American say
akuma to yem
oh kaja say me say a pleasant surprise na me ni na di hu komo pay na the American ye tiatia say ya manyo sem ni ya manyo kuo Ghana amanyo kuo no nyinara hia say ye bema ennepa edi yanim anyon sem a me de mane wo na no ya me de meto ansa na ya wie ye ne program yi ehia nipa bi te say ono ni nim die ni su na bakosem
na ho hyeso ene ono ankasa de waye ode ni braye na nipa so de yenwie peyoda aha mutu de dantara ni haza for the kaza nipa yenwie peyoda enti
uzo mkan say
dantara mutum dantara ni
that's how ka obi nti aso be ka say wudi do bi atebo
that is 9 okay
international
nti eyedan ya ebeka obi but generally no me feel say within one more tradition no ope obi a obedi sa dibre a ebema mu values no ase atiaira na ama mo nema bia ya style bi no obetumi a mobilize nipa around it a me feel say Kwadwo Chirematin Boache Ejaako o di mutintima pa na mema no shedin na mama no money yo for taking that decision minim say wo mo asese oni omudi nkomo no so ono otiase oni ombedi nkomo amana boa no na ye omma ade ba ko nani nanim Yankopon wa honim ene wo man God, conscience and country above everything, and it will be well with him.
Amen. So man Torino
I say wako fast my befi well unia Pamford former registrar une a tractor tin say I me may better Methodist.
David,
maybe Roman.
David Methodist. Catch him as a Bamford.
Methodist what it is.
David, catch him as a Bamford. Say Methodist. Seven year canon.
Methodist what it is.
Where's good?
Honorable Boy yeah, at long last we shall help Boachi to succeed. Okay, welcome, oh, welcome, Honorable Torino. Emmanuel Ojeanjere. Honorable Kwame Enyimadu she says, "Yao, greet champagne for me." Champagne still has some cow bones, so be careful he does not hit your head with one. Aluta continua. Sir Obama says, please kindly greet Offa Champagne and Kabila for me.
Obama, my friend, Minyano.
There be Winyano on the phone. IGP want.
Yeah, you phone.
Now you're bonfire. Now you're bonfire. Now I am desu say womu. The meka cheni nyina say. Yehwehwe wana mo wa botan so a umfa nwiem.
Yehwehwe wana wa botan so a
wana mo. Your footprints. Yehwehwe wo abotan so a unkodi agro wa nwiem.
Okay. Enwa no. Enwa yeso ohun ne ho so hwe a onyini dane otope.
Enwa no pensu de abekwan mu a enya agro.
O de abekwan so na abebo na debut.
Gapim ni ba kwa ba nti abekwan se.
Something nyame chese me nchia from table 1.
Table 1. So no table 1.
Na me table 1 say.
Na no me call you.
Say me adjunct member of table 1.
For national health insurance for your programs bi ho. Na o makwaji table 1.
Na ho na so ma.
Na me frɛ o say na me say o say na ha wo ma wo mo betena ye no o mo
wasem ne sen.
Is say ne ka da ho so tu.
Enye ne ka keke say o twadan. So admit non-members to table 1.
And ma Melinda.
Hey,
na the birthday because ni cruise we do hona I we yaje mo table na see
table nyama na mo
table the ne special day for you no offer the table no offer na yire no we table no table 1 sans me tia no eji so o se the aka na ba be kan ho ase
mate branding piesie
na na
marching brabani
yeja me jo sumi
na ho te say
na ko pa da roma wa ya ndi abedo head na asedani ya de man.
Amen.
Who's me watching my papa say?
Wa hye no, wa hye.
Me siensia.
Just wa hye that hye say you know. Anyway,
banana ai champagne kan ka service ya na mpese me boa. No say ya wa abe. Abe obet maka ya de ba unya fua na otumikan abe. Aha, enti wo de dodo na be yankwan won kan abe kwan, wo kan mekwan. You.
Na say wo
eno ye ekuapem ba asantitwi de kan abekwan.
E kan abekwan.
Asantitwi de kan menkwan. E kan abekwan.
So kuapem ba kwa beta.
Me ono ka se ma me kan abekwan no pe na me say kuapem ni abe ya pe mekwan ye de. Ene mekwan.
Kuapem de mekwan.
Ye de kan mekwan.
Ene mekwan.
Wo pese wo hunu
pa. Ba wo efe.
Mekwan ni nwawo.
Me ye de nya me atu say obre ya ka o na edu ahebe. Na akotena honom no. Enye propaganda no amoye na de kodia post.
Na we futu anase kokobo.
Futu.
Okay to waja now.
Anyway, aluta continua.
The cardinal.
Anopei me ni wo fri ase. Na no juada. Ena bampeni kat efri abankesi mu ba se committee no a no moye justice toko no ase no mu hwehwemu no committee na wie na adwuma de nkrata akoma mampani wagina so sa futu no committee de koye na oni hu kwa so ye ho sa kira ye bia do ayi mame toko no edi eno wa ha afa gbinyiri clashes no so anopai yene na move work as o say nipa 13,200 and Minya exact figure na me de be ma. Okay. I was 13,000
plus.
Let me 13,253 and every pomu ho. Ebi akwa kopie Côte d'Ivoire. Na se ne wo chechiri mu no chese o maye etukofo anisa. Eno so e wa ha. Na otwi so ye call akwatia by election. Eno so ho asem. ena mampani na otwe ya mu nsoso ansane ne ena okohwe ofankonsa wo mu kwan ose abandada no eje bosia se ode ye kwan bosia na nka eso kwan no nso omadiska no ye ntime ntua kwan ni nyina Honorable Francis Asenso Boache se enye sa netie na contract sum no na I think 364 million Ghana cedis and 69 ena bosia no so ye 200 million nti se mampani ka sa na enye no kuri ni nyina na mampani e kan ye no minim ba bia apesa o sha ase efiri ma gye ni nyina ma
okay me sha ase na me de ne ekoso wo mi ankasa me feature ewo Savannah region e de no asha ase na masre se ne ekoso ewo eye mia medium gonja ene brefo ene ada ethnic groups e wo hon mo no yemfa adwobre na stress yemfa adwobre na yenka na eyi nipa baako a yatena for centuries enfie pi ewo ahensam bi wom ewo nsasesem bi wom ewo amanyosem bi wom na meto ama aban panimfo mampani ne nasoafo a opani bi a misua bakosem ne nema kakra wo gonja sua free o munchen pani baako ni titru kra ne se woni mampani ayi adwuma pen Dr. Henry Sedu Dana or your been for anthropological history, particularly linking to chieftaincy any land issues. Ye pet ni nim die na dwenkyere ni nyansa ebeboa man Ghana. Ye pet ni nyansa ni nim die ni suahunu e wo sansem no mu a ebeboa Ghana. Na kakra ono ne ebi mo no mu enim chen ye binum aka ene se ensam no eya na ebi hihemu bi e latent na ebi bibi akos packing menim say national security force obo mo ho modern, particularly the intelligence subsector no afanu no nyina enhu akodim nye nipakuo ba kupe bi nko na wo mo sebi atu even though say kese no ko one side because epiemu a yeka say yagbonwura ama command bi no na ne na ni braba na wo mo enim na abakosemu no obehu say Gonja is a federation like Asante was a federation. In fact, or commanded the biggest landmass in Ghana. Na Kabanye and I say Gonja na was ano or allies. And I say Nuanomoa one womo Idiago. And Nuntina, yeah, meme, I don't like playing the ethnic card because me moja pa no mini baby free. And so nyame adom ene na daroma ene me ka se mi free Bunu East Kandige anabole bambo ani kwambinko a obi anyi ni me fa bia be free Kumase me fa bia ko free Akropon me fa bia ko free Keta me fa bia ko free ayi Ahanta me fa bi efrin kran ha me fa bi akopie wa me fa bi akopie wo Binduri ene Boku me fa bi akopie Konongo eya dan ya mentimi mmoni nyina akra mani wie ofa bi akopie pie ba bi asese ye nyina ye dwen se yakasa Republic of Ghana ye Ghana maima nti sa ansasesem ene ahenie hu ntokwa na ya na adoso no kadina ye meka nyina ne se ye tietie ye ho a how bibiri ni akire nti no de me di besi wo no no de me de ma ho de be gina ho pa na me try say me bo no tofa eye ade a mampani aya amanfo se ye ma ye nkase mampani na aye na nya mampani na aye why na aye. The removal of the Chief Justice was done under the warrant signed by who? Cardinal. Fourth Republic, all the presidents, without exception, President Rawlings, former President Kufuor, former President Mills, former President John Mahama, former President Akufo-Addo, have all been tempted with Article 146 in regard of Chief Justice. As for say Article 146, President Mahama now they are between 2015 and 2016. Many who can say there's a recommendation of one High Court judge by name Daniela Samoa Yatro Akobisa Judicial Secretary. So on my kakra. Say he did not. Why you know? Ntomo say President Mahama is unbiased. No, we are showing bias. Between 2015 and 2016, a recommendation was made for the removal of a sitting High Court judge. And now the yatin say, "Sa Orano, ye per se a man so didn't call appeals court." Notwithstanding the fact, say, ye can say, a duly constituted tribunal. What were his charges? Yes, we were calling also candidate 2012 elections. Abraham High Court judge yes, sir, against the rules. Yakasa wa banish obi a free mantem be a war a bono mantem. Emi so yes, sir. Tribunal no kohwe mu no okoyi na no. Na de ntia ade we hu hia pa ne say before as tribunal no be ye no. Cardinal prima facie was established. Yaka prima facie asemo ewo nyina so a esese wukoyi ano. Wanu ye bia wodi kan de bae no was asem nu nti fakọ agina tuku anim. Eno enkwatwere ho. Chief Justice the year president see wede wagina di. Bi no se me yanka se president na yi na di. Enso president so na o sign ade. Cardinal Article 146 na ebinum say a constitutional lacuna and as a lack of clarity. Yamra no mpani say enye de yatro constitutional ekuta mi enkwa anase eno ne efre no mra no. Na mom the Supreme Court aka say eyemra. Enti o kan free Article 2 of the 1992 Constitution. Clause 1992 Constitution no Cardinal Article 2 Clause 2 no say a person who alleges that an enactment or anything contained in or done under the authority of that or any other enactment or any other act or omission of any person is inconsistent with or is in contravention of a provision of this constitution may bring an action in the Supreme Court for a declaration to that effect. 2 no say the Supreme Court shall, for the purposes of declaration under Article 1 of this constitution of this article, make such orders and give such directions as it may consider appropriate for giving effect or enabling effect to be given to the declaration so made. Enti wena owura bia ye frɛ no Ajetum 2005 efa Chief Justice ya ho ye na ba twam Justice Abandie Ghana Bar Association for there di PM other attempts are binum ye against Justice Akwa num ne ade ena 2005 Justice Akwa Ajetum die President Kufuor apenso papa mechiawa no pay papa no de court no and a Supreme Court be kire mu say Cardinal Tio that a professor nyamina meka or say when one compares Article 1463 with Article 146, it becomes evident that there is a gap in the logical sequence of action under Article 1466. That Okaya, or say, according to the literal language of Article 146, no one is required to examine a petition brought against the Chief Justice to ascertain whether it establishes a prima facie case before the President refers it to a committee established by him. Once any petition, no matter how frivolous its contents are, is presented to the President, then he has a duty to establish a committee to consider it. A literal reading of the provision, therefore, could lead to the floodgates being open for frivolous and vexatious petitions being continuously filed against a serving Chief Justice, with 2 Supreme Court judges being perpetually tied down to hearing such petitions alongside the members of the committee that the President has to appoint. This is a scenario that would weaken the efficacy of the top echelon of the judiciary. And this is what President Mahama did. Dr. Dateban, Professor Dateban.
So what was his remedy?
Was being prophetic.
What was his remedy for that lacuna?
And to say, there is even more mischief in a literal interpretation. This is because Article 14610A authorizes the President, albeit on the advice of the Council of State, to suspend the Chief Justice whilst a petition for its removal, in this case her removal, is being considered by a committee appointed by him under Article 1466. There is thus scope for the executive or others to initiate frivolous and vexatious petitions against the Chief Justice, resulting, according to the literal reading, to an automatic establishment of a committee to consider the petitions and the empowerment of the President to suspend the Chief Justice from his or her functions. This is a scenario that is deeply subversive of the balance of power underlying the 1992 Constitution and the separation of powers that it entrenches. It is, of course, also inimical to the independence of the judiciary, as the plaintiff points out in his statement of case. Oma issues are, and Obeka say, yeah, kind a constitution now. Yeah, just say, yeah, in fact, the literal meaning no kwa. And Okambe we say, Article 1466, no, yeah, who say, as I say, you establish a prima facie. Chief Justice there, no, to say, yeah. 3 and 4, you establish a prima facie on any other justice of the Supreme Court. Samrei, ye mungu ye nane no. There are 5 cases at the Supreme Court currently, including one led by Census. I'm here, interested party.
Census,
Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral Systems.
Okay.
Challenging the constitutionality of the process. Yaka say committee now na mampani say why no. Omo ntwen so ma ye ndia asem no because anytime ko set up committee no kra no. Supreme Court ya anya adwene. Omo say remedy anu ye na ye pe no. Committee no ebetumi aso ano. Ye di akire. The committee refused to address the issues that we raised because committee na ankasa no ya manu mrabia na guide no. Ono na chusu CI 47 at the guardian home. Again, the Supreme Court in many judgments, I can say, Article 146 committee, no, as I say, a man in Shishaya or Debeye Mechuma. Cardinal, in Yeho, I don't see any quadua, you see, a day album, mameno. You say, Nikunu, and any ba, and any two coin. Now, Judicial Service. Emma nukunu ene ne bano sika ye de ho sobo ebo no emra ejina so de me meti aminim wonu ma ebusa se mra ben na sa process yi we call it a phony trial ase yesu ye pena kunu na adanse for krama against Roman and Jewish law I ka say ye di asem kra wi a judgment beba not less than 48 hours. But the trial of Jesus Christ took, and in the execution, it took less than 18 hours. One day, cramba. Be any ayano. And only a friend of kangaroo trial, kangaroo court.
Why will you make that conclusion?
I have made that conclusion because of the conclusion the president has come to. Notwithstanding challenges of the ill-informed process he was on.
When the 146 I can't say the recommendation about president ma onye ho hwe no.
You see, and then I can say bibi shase and say na yakodru ba bia ye wo no. Enti enam sa sin tonunti ene ye ka say enam say sa committee owie na dwuma e cheche wo president won santi say ahyase no ufum twa obefum aku anaso ufum bia obefum atwa enti mfomso na dikan abade a yenso ano ne yensiesie kra asa na yato aso yesi hey yentiase ye manu nkoso ana yakoso ne yakowie sesi ayi no asemu a eda court a enum. And I can tell you, and I know me lawyers ye search wo court Supreme Court registry. Cardinal, no kra wo me say Attorney General onya na dwene kra say obe file responses to statements ya file. Onya na dwene so obe me di asem no. Obetma file excuse say there's a legal vacation, so time is not counting. But asem yi shall say June. Legal vacation shall say August. June, July, 21 days na elapse. Enti bibia kire say ya adwene me trust you hana me kan say ade no de wa asi aye no na wo hwe say maame na nu ye ode come president achi president say wo push am committee na committee no asanko pa o mu kokko investigate kra no ana prima facie president establish ye no on kam ye nte enti okoso na omo aye de oye no na it only concludes say ye si adwene pi ya wie de ye pese ye na mom ye pese ye ma na ye te se de ye de mra na ye sa pepepe na wonim de ntia former chief justice Sofia Akufo ni buafu no
David
ana de ayekoso ne bonyoso no so ono why ye what the 146 no in 2017-2018 what now committee so a or establish a prima facie.
Okay.
In the case of Mame Charlotte say
okay.
George Nopoko Amankwa any Alhaji Amadou
Sule
na me fa ne currency na ahobrasim Cardinal womo mo de Charlotte say din aye twapia e de ye mfanto we no let me tell them Charlotte say started the process for her removal, prosecuted the process for her removal, and so she thought say no betimi ayi ni deputies no na ka ono nko she fell on her own dagger. And I'll prove to you here.
Do.
This is the file that I concluded on Amadou Sule. Nipa no dia ni munu ye Emmanuel Kosi Senyo against Amadou Sule. Good madam say for muko ditia Amadou Sule.
David. Next time
PW1
train yabotre. Next time oba me court has in as a exhibit here. Tender.
Mpacho me tender. PW2 mpacho jima judge mami. Na on kano modino
mama hwe say a certified true copy
bacho
till next time oba o the exhibit bi abana say
bacho bodino mami
PW2 Mrs. Charlotte Ama say
PW a petitioner's witness.
Mrs. Charlotte Ama say she is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, and she testified that in the last quarter of 2015 she received a request from the NDC party for the Electoral Commission to conduct its presidential and parliamentary primaries. She did minute the request to the respondent, the deputy chairperson in charge of operations.
That's Amadou Sule.
According to the witness, the NDC primaries were conducted on 21st November 2015. 2 days after the event, she reports that some of the staff of the Electoral Commission in the district were not paid monies due them from the primaries. She made enquiries from the Director of Finance, who informed her that he was not involved in the process in any way. The Director of Finance further informed her that his department did not receive the monies paid by the NDC and therefore would not be able to tell how much NDC paid to the Electoral Commission. The Director of Finance further informed her that he had monies were paid to the respondent in his office late at night, and that electoral materials belonging to the Electoral Commission were taken from the stores unit of the Electoral Commission for the primaries, but the Electoral Commission had not been reimbursed. The witness said She decided to take up the matter with the respondent and the Director of Elections. The response she received from the respondent is in evidence as part of the exhibit attached to her witness statement and marked as C2. Exhibit C2 has a brief email from the respondent giving an account on the primaries and the budget drawn for the conduct of the NDC's primaries.
PW1, the page before.
PW1, okay. PW1 wa henefa. Ntina on sentina me say yes wo ba na web exhibitor na what tender but o monye nkoma no na document na baby o di PW1 na she no famre
baby a ubie fian
ma hu PW2 no but one no
kwasoro
okay evidence of PW1
wo the body no nkwa na ja kan man
Samuel opusu ampofu
enti omo a ejina amanyoko bi din mu a ya na omo kase President Akufo-Addo Nemaya Pam Charlotte was sending the 2 deputies, no. Chairman of the NDC at the time, Ekodi Adansi Yam Pam Amadou Sule on Yamefa ni Krensi. Mema me George no Poko Amankwa da so tiase. And we have not been fair to them. Because even what the state was due to pay them, I can say on authority say Yam Pam Mawono. But the point I'm making is Charlotte Osei started the process for her removal. Unim said, notwithstanding this committee report, they are appointing you to board B. Contrary to the Public Office Holders Declaration Act 1998-550, Charlotte Osei is sitting on a public board. Contrary to that. Now let me come to the substantive matter at hand. Kadna, there are about Mame Tokono. President in chair say we establish prima facie to say there Mame Sofia Akufo odi kan establish prima facie wo ha petitioner de ba ye no obobi guye e no hunu de wanyina so e no odi committee no say committee no nkohwe e no enye ho say now de abono no kra no tie de Dr. Professor Dateba okaye e wo ajetwum case no say the President and the Council of State are not mere passive agents in the grave process, hallowed ground for the removal of the Chief Justice. Both the President and the Chief Justice are required by the ethos and foundation principles of the Constitution and the central thematic purpose of Article 146 as a whole to establish a prima facie case prior to the appointment of a committee of inquiry. The President didn't do this. And he's failing to respond to the issues we have raised before the Supreme Court through the Attorney General. And you are saying, Onye Bonibia. Hey, na mua enra President Akufo-Addo process na ye file mu edi Charlotte Osei Amadou Sule any George Nopoko Amankwa ye yi wo mo dia na mo problem with it and cry follow the constitutional process because Chief Justice no establish prima facie and sana ye establish committee no mo amunya problem with it no and mo say President ayi Mahama dia wa ye no mfomso bia ni ho ndi am pointing mu to the breach in law. Do you listen? Mutie. Me say there are 5 cases at the Supreme Court prosecuted by lawyers of no mean repute. You think they haven't read the law? And they don't know what they are about? Yeah, who be the body? If anybody thinks that this matter is going to end with the removal as warranted by the president, now, Georgina, your friend said, get to talk on the Obeko. But Ghana, a justice system, near constitutional, yay money per kuobi and meseno. Now, me person they conclude way. Or be a friend of KB Quatson, the national security, the dilemma. Ghana national security, the dilemma.
Book now promise me now one farmer me.
Ya can kukuemu ya say ebeba.
Okay. I'm a padansi entra.
Ai, we the one for dance for the door. Oye Nkrumah is chairman. Ti the Okafa Kwame Nkrumah for the removal of say akokosa I no cry no article 1960 constitution ni cardinal article 44 I man who kwan say otimi yi chief justice edi without going through some of these processes no article 44 or say 1 2 no say there be 3 no say the appointment of a judge as chief justice may at any time be revoked by the president by instrument under the presidential seal. 1960 constitution article 44 clause 3 or no who can say and go through that process ibia and no one answer the issue ya can say that be 79 no 69 79 92 there must be a prior process. Now apart from chief justice there no over article 45 3 now or say any other judge no dear subject to the following provisions of this article, no person shall be removed from office as a judge of the Supreme Court or a judge of the High Court except by the President in issuance of a resolution of the National Assembly supported by the votes of not less than 2/3 of the members of Parliament and passed on the grounds of stated misbehavior or infirmity of body or mind. And 1960 Constitution no isolate Chief Justice free other justices of the Supreme Court. No, so obey Chief Justice adi since obey other Supreme Court justices of the Supreme Court. And no na that about all kind constitution we no 1932 no ka say and now fiam no ye fa mu one ka system constitution there but there no 69 79 992 you know unto me Chief Justice adi for kwan so ensene any other justice of the Supreme Court. Dia KB Kwansen Kaye Nkrumah yi Sakoko said don't say whatever it was the direct intervention of the executive in the judiciary created its own security problems because significant sections of the bar and the bench plus significant sections of the public were not at all amused by the display of political muscle by the president in the judicial process. Many regarded that as the crucifixion of due process for political expediency. Kwame Nkrumah never recovered from that. Now, with humility, I must read this. Tell you Adam of you. Omo President Mahama yodo. Onye boni bia onye hwe no. Mr. President, please, you are mine. Take heed. 1982, and I tell you Adam of you Trobuki. By Nkrumah's side, the labor and the wounds. The removal of Akukosa had to do with the Kulungungu trial and they involved Tewi Adamafio.
Okay.
Natidi Okai. Page 131. Only one person in Ghana had power to order my arrest. That person was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the president, my staunch friend and leader. The man we had created by expert propaganda into a demigod. I had coined a deifying slogan. Nkrumah does no wrong. Nkrumah never dies. Now Providence was showing me how transient and futile was political power. Inti Muamufi said President Mahama was power. Overwhelming majority of parliament. Or yet the Opebiano. Monkai de nananum kaye. Mere ye ninkaso. Now or concluding the book with a statement from Bernard Shaw. Or say people and government never learned anything from history, nor acted on the principles of peace. Isuya, Ebihu, Ibusa, Obechere, Kadnamidas.
Menso Somedase, Papa, James Kwabena Bomfer Jr. PhD, and Ote Nenkano. He's not enthused at all about the removal of her leadership, Justice Araba Saki Tokono. Now no be beside senti. What does it mean? Ye yin e den am say and they say obedje entitlement am say there be entitlement be any baby a ye yin e di or kokra be any baby. Now this one is from a senior lawyer, Honorable Alex Kojo Kumaban. Nana Okese, I think the framers of the constitution thought too highly of the integrity, honesty, and independence of thought of the Ghanaian. They presumed that the Council of State would be constituted by men and women of candor and valor. In the end, they were wrong. Our Council of State is so partisan that it is much easier to remove the Chief Justice than our Superior Court Justices. Some people are quick to say that the process complied with the law. We should note that rule of law does not only mean that we have a law to point to in justification of our actions. It means more than that. Honorable Alex Kojokum Aban, former MP, Gomwa West, and Odiwe say, Ebaye.
Cardinal.
Yes, sir.
Excuse you, say, the letter of the law is a problem. No, I have established here. We know what the letter of the law has interpreted by the Supreme Court in the Judicial case is now. It hasn't been uprooted or your friend saying
expounded from the record.
No, not even recorded.
Okay.
And that's what and this will be before from there. It cannot be.
Okay. Good morning, Nana Akese. Please wish Openi Kwabena Brokwa of Ohio, Columbus, and Achema Bumpi a happy 80th birthday. It's from his children, Kofi, Efum, Jankroma, Jamra Konedu, Mame Efiehima, and all his grandchildren, celebrating him this morning. Okay, all right. I have done as requested. Okay. Okay. Brian Pierce.
No.
Just a minute. I'll say happy birthday to Miracle Safo, manager of Capital View Hotel in Koforidia, wishing him long life and prosperity from Patience Bauer, Capital View, and Mami Biama Kwafo. Okay, so Mr. Miracle Safo, happy birthday to you. Brian Pierce, Mami Tio.
No, me that's it. It didn't come in to me. I met me the assistant saying I was showing you my father. And so many are some pine baby, big identity, like a minya and cocoa and nephew, Miss Mede, a cry, a cry to Basen. How can I make concept of paper?
We are some
about transfer. The chance to cry if you near breathe.
What do you need a chance?
I am a minchia with you. Now, no more aquatia for a basso. Say, what to make sure when I drink as some beer more. Bonnie BNC, Aquatia Fontaine. Metier ora Owini election no or accepting the challenges. Juma Wadiashan and Sase, unquiet member of parliament and represent Aquatia constituency. No. And Metier, the one in the contest in so original MPP ticket so. Era solo. Ono so neka so kan no na ade eso ani wagya tum se Akwatia constituency no ene dan koma so nti se wanya na ne nua na nya kwan ese ofa so a obeboa no nga pagya Akwatia na development bia ese won saka fi o magnum no won saka won so won fan wo eye santi na democracy no na nika egwa na abeto kwan ebefa so a yebe yi nia obekwa akosia nan no constitution na kire sa pepepe ne no na ye fa so koye kakra ba ne ye ahoho a yemfi Akwatia na ye kwa akoboa dwumadi no eno na koye asefem kakra eno ya ti se police for it ho anamon ye mpre ye ho ne a asefem kakra ne se ekosi wo mpanyimfo a won nyina ye vice chairman ewo two major political parties of Ghana, NDC and MPP. Akwatia fone de anka asem ammo. Na mo ye fi be ko boa won no. Na ye de sa wontwentwe ne ko bai. Enso ani enya de a yebetimi aka se yebetimi asua bibi papa bi afi mana ye. Police force mo no. Ye ntimi nsi kwan se fe no ye hwehwem. Na so me de menyan a campaign for hwe political parties e bi ni nyina na won fa ye ntu ye yɛnya nia ebetwa to a yɛbɛkɔ akɔyɛ by election of Ghana ha yɛnse san constitution ne de saa pepepe na yɛbɛkɔ no nia esi wɔ savannah ɛfa asase ho ntɔkwa ama yɛnnuan mu bi akɔfi Côte d'Ivoire a wɔn akɔyɛ refugees wɔ hɔ obi agye tum sɛ wɔn sɛ ɛkyɛ bɛyɛ wɔ da a ɛnti sɛ wɔn nsa yɛ mu da kwan biara so no wɔyɛ Ghana fo yi baabi foforɔ bi a ntumi nyɛ wɔn dɛnkyɛn sɛ wɔbɛba wɔn afi ma bɛto a wɔn nnwuma a wɔyɛ so community no wɔn adwuma a wɔyɛ titiri na anam sɛ kuyayɛ edi mu tintiman wɔn akɔdu baabi a ɛyɛ obi man so yi wɔbɛyɛ dan ayɛ wɔn nnwuma yɛ sɛ wɔyɛ nyame nkyɛn de interior minister kɔɔ hɔ no wakɔhyɛ bambo mukena IGP tete yohunu aminchi an baabi obia na memɔ na baso wantena ne to so manya ne nte sɛ yefi akwatia na no san ma police no san call ɛhɔ bio sɛ wɔkɔ akɔboa na wɔde bambo nnwuma no atoto yie ne regional minister na mayate nra ne sɛ so far niema wɔn ayɛ no ɛde asomdwei ɛreba ɛrenkyɛ osusu sɛ obetimi ama yɛnnua no ma wɔn akɔpie wɔ Côte d'Ivoire no bɛsa wɔn akyi abagana na wɔn abetua wɔn nnwuma wɔyɛ so nsasesɛm wɔ yɛn mu ha no land tenure system menim de Madam President Mahama I issue statement bi sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn a wɔhwɛ yɛn ɔman nsasesɛm so no wɔn yɛ sɛ wɔbɛtoto nneɛma yie na ma asase registration nkɔyɛ biribi a ɛbɛyɛ abasɛm bu obi nya kwan kɔ register na ontua so nya ne development eyi ekopue we kura senti pendodo na no den a follow within a particular district and decentralization no so makwan say district bi ya nso wo kwan say obehwe say mra na nhyehyɛ a yɛde tena mensin mu bia no yɛbetimi adi so enti yɛbɛsrɛ na wɔn atu saa na mon ne ye Ghana ohwe yɛn ntɔkwa ko faribaya dodo na no ekopie saa ne mai so nsa asesem sankoye ohini bi ana tribe bi a wo process ho a se enka ye kan DCMPP ne political flashpoint a wa kra ye nya bi nhyɛ da nkasa e kakra bi na mum sa sesem ne ahensem na bibia no atwe enkosa oha no mu ka bia Ghana ya tena ba bedui na wo senka yetimi edi sa dwumadi ne so kakra ana sa suban ne so kakra because bra Kabila can say doctor Kwamra Bonfre o kan sa no o kan bibia no kire ba bi ofi na bo so komu a oye gwanni ana Kwamra mboa
no anan
oye gwanni a gwanfo wo akurapem
yes latefo
latte edukrom into bonze se obi bisa wo edukrom kasa mse wote edukrom kasa okegwa tesa okegwa kasa wote gwa na anu ya na menya kwanko pie mu wo
enumfo nuna
eka ho woko central regional senya
kwans you conference ya mumma
woko senya breku
and access to for
once woka the same thing wo hwe gwa kasa no na de toto sefi ene western region obenya gwanfo enti ade ayatra at still ye humu ache
sefi num de yakan
yakan okay me call
sefi they are considered akan
yeah that's right me mate aso but then na me kani me ko prebo o friend dem mo savannah na me yan na me no hini bi din ko na me so me ye o subject no sa dey na me so me fie ko apem papa fie do krum so na ni je pa no kan so ope kwa obe fasa obe compile document bi at least book bi am e bi betimi aka hu se e bi am fia na me fia se bi am abe pie we ko apem kire se sabi o me show bi ofi gonja eso so ye metan for ye bi ni aprekope
e president can be mu a o kan a history of geography by Dr. KB Dixon in fact Professor KB Dixon 1969 or come and yes guans no spread in the entire land bed of Ghana
yeah
but we are in pockets
true
nti
yeah sabi what's the child Maria onwe na mbia ye hwe say ye betimi atoto niam nketenkete bi ye nti asekeke asemese asase enya wo dia o ye wo dia kosi na ahia ye wo mra ye betimi agina so e dia hu say e ya asemese dia ampa ana ye obenten dia ampa nya da bia na betwe asekan no ne that breast ye say mum de ye nku adwuma no na ye dia ya dan ye hu mum dan de ye tioto no ne emmoa me ya say make asase wo bekọ sabia no nka nea one common enemy should be poverty ohia adokro manfo then ye betimi afa so a ye betimi adan ne mani na won su wonyina afi asa ye di ye enti me de beso na me ba ma me nka ne say ma me bo me nka ne say chief justice a ene na adwuma afini say ya metie commentaries bebre ebi na me nua Dr. Kwamra Bomfre better okay wa kan bebre na mom from supporting pa o mampanyin aye per the constitution nana obi antimi nka ba ko ye from super wa ye etia Ghana mrapon because I never set a bad precedent because cause na here mra bia wo Ghana ha no mo bia de wa so chen Ghana constitution but mama advance me do be ya so dia o kind ya dia wa
so woni me nyadre different no o ka say man kan bibia o yetia ya that is a different matter
me tell say etia mra no per the constitution
yes.
Because no me no nyu adwen
but that doesn't mean me kan bibia
ya me no nyu adwen wo ho
good
e san say me nim say mra bia ni ho a
so say that
eso chen Ghana constitution
man kan hwe
eyemra won eyemra no hu say e betimi aba so man panyin bi beba obeka so e bia chief justice no ya me fe ana me na ko school crowd ba bi no e bia yeko hia wo ne ma bi hu amani anyi ho enti me grudge no fi mo frase ti ma benya to me so man panyin a asese me yi ni fi bi owo no obetimi ayi no mana ye enti yampe bribia e be bo ho ban kopem se ko basen o pese o yina ye de be fa sa process yi wansa ne edi kan ne se wan kasa wontimi nse obo se me yi obi afi ho so ye CJ na mom so manfo bi peniam a won ahu won ho wo de baba beto ani wansa no ahwem se asema wo kan e wo nyina so e wo bibia ye betimi agina so aka se ampa enunti mea ese ye gina so etwena so wo na dwuma ye de ahye ne se no no ye betimi agina so owie you know also one won a wo ye council of state sabi meti hey meti men kan se pe bibia minim anani aminua Dr. Bonfra anani nua sampan ti hey sabi won a kwadre e wa manyon semu won a kwadre wo lawyers fun semu ebinum wa council of state sabi yen ti hey nim nyansa chen won yen ti eni mo mrasen won ana debi won so hwem hu se won asadi o mane de ahye won sani enya won sabi won kanchima bi na de hye won sa na won krom hini bi na mom eyo man no na de ahye won sa
menyi ni sa wo so o suggest say because ebia obi ye council of state member ntino onu so ni mra ne chen obi a
men kan say
okay all right
na mom to make it sound as if say won do nim ni awaye kra
okay number 2
na ye nim sen won pa debi
until the committee
enti me masada
until the no committee ede na no December beto mampani animu no na prima facie na ye establish ye enti gina so de committee na ye den
nana me je de say ma me ya no ho aba semi ma me toko no okọ committee na ni mebwa won anya bibia nyina so emisa ne nsem mpacho meba eni nkomo
se committee no ntina na o ka sen ko percenka emra petim na ke nya so mamra no ama ho kwan no
emra mo nti ano no opɛ se emra petemu ba mra na ma ne ho kwan
nti se amene oti hei the course of committee settings bi ani ho a
emra na ma ne ho kwan prempren ne yete se emra na ma ne ho kwan enyo bi Paul Penti ana obi sabi o ne personal issue nti na mra na ma ne ho kwan ne de kan ne se emra na kyerɛ se process bi sa no ense se beto gwa sabi won a wo de constitution buy no nyansam no hu se say nipa no onyo bi asese yetoto na dwuma ya ase se ko ba sempo asem no we nifo na ogdi bim na yesande na kotena na guaso se onko ye chief justice a kwa edu a wo ball no se no yi no ho ano fine no enko toto na dwuma kwakoye na se enti mo bi ante na ekoso na mo ye wie a ano di 7 de say wakọ di nsem awie obetimi da ba betu gwa se na kwamra kan bi wa hai enti sabi o sabi it's not for nothing no I say yanya no in camera eni so contest here no court na court am penoso say there be sane amra ne kire no sa pepepe ne be na e homrabu e wo na kofa ene na wen enti amra bia enti yakwa anim no committee ne ye won adwuma wie no article 146 no a kire say so what the report bre o mampanyin a o mampanyin timi tran dem enka say mami na kama adamfo pa o mami no na ejuma ha kra do mami den ka me yire kra busuani ana mami me ne oye ma ase ana oye me hunipa committee recommendation about the bro no huntimi nsesa no fire ejuma edi committee ne ba no so da bi mami ne yehwe ani nsem ne ho son ko ya ante da say won ama no fair hearing was supreme nipa bi say na yate no mo kwai nsem a okokan de some ya ate kra yentimi nyina so mfa nya asem until say report me ba bonten enti bibi ese constitution no editate say yemfa sansem mfa so no ya de fa so pepepe enya emotions o enya minimo yi dedaw ana me no political party bim na mom say ye bit ma uphold the constitution of the Republic of Ghana na democracy mramemu no etimi atintimunti baby e bi ka me no wi adwen ye ne say e bi anamra no kwan a ye fa so e de sa process na fa so no e na asem wo ho fine na mom say mra na kire say fa sa de to ha wo fi ya fa kotoa wo fi ya fa ma asem asi na so da bi me de nya ne sa because nipa na ye ma adamfo nti ana ye me hu nipa nti ana asem asi na appointing nti me nya sa no e no na set bad precedents there be so why na den
and nyama mpania
o se why ne den o mampani se why ne den nana ya yan kan se ne ye di nkomo ye mu a okay yan fa technicalities on 20 yan fa random crime 20 o mampani so yi na de se why ne den
okay
mpacho near constitution no e kan so mampani nya no eno no why da bia ye susu se wanye ni ye etia mra me de masam ne ngo etia mra no because of say eno
onim le ntia masa debate we nyina ba me kind statement bi akire o
ena statement
nya about 3 me wo fufu na anom ho nkwan
ta me na me akofi mi nsema mba beke
pacho don't lose the trend of your thought. This one it's on the letterhead of the Presidency Republic of Ghana Presidency Communications www.presidency.gov.gh dated 1st September 2025. Heading in here, President Mahama removes Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu from office. President John Dramani Mahama has, in accordance with Article 1469 of 1992 Constitution, removed the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship, Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu, from office with immediate effect. Now, it continues to say that this follows receipt of report of the committee constituted under Article 1466 to inquire into a petition submitted by a Ghanaian citizen, Mr. Daniel Ofori. After considering the petition and the evidence, the committee found that the grounds of stated misbehavior under Article 1461 had been established and recommended her removal from office. This statement is signed by Felix Kwachi Ofosu, MP, spokesperson to the President, Minister, Government Communications. He says President Mahama removes Chief Justice from office, and you are saying enye or no, which is which?
Me that's it. Let us ahore be na beto gwa President Mahama nkasa de aba. Na me nyina ne awo kan yesu because eno ne eda ponso ayeka honsem. O kan statement no. Obo Article 1461. obu article 1469 obu article 1466 mpacho do na gonja book be mu na wo another book of making reference from the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana.
So Felix na no statement na onim say nya mampani na yi chief justice.
The choice letters are we being na ba fonten. O mampani yi na dey say why any den. Ono mampani personally no why any den. Nana ya misi o mampani yi chief justice said di say personally why any den. Obi anfa petition anko. Me ba obi anfa petition anko.
Daniel Ofori
into or the choir me boa
na petition me no
craft na say petition o mampani saka onya ne den
on establish prima facie
o mampani establish prima facie no in consultation with the Council of State
wanye
nyasa
oye ya ka che
nyabotre oye
ewe
utie mami chief justice me anti Sophia Kufua
so Council of State
what they on say ni video bi wa abonten on TV3 journalists bi na need nkomo ma me know how the provision of the Constitution ne how ning na ma nya ne how say o mampanyin A and o mampanyin B address na sem ni si
ba ne how ba ko so ne say grounds na yedi eyi maame no emu ohadodo
mo ne how
wo hu eno so
mehu emu how say emu ye hare no mu ne na gase mu ye duru na me say there is no perfect constitution in the whole world.
Okay,
ye kwen anim nyina no ye nsakrai ma ne ye enti e bi call for say so china bi ye be ye constitution review na ye be ye amendment ma na ye ya ebi a yenhwe sa ho no because kwan wa fa so yi omampanyin adi constitution ka ho asem kwan wa fa so yi speaker of parliament adi constitution ka ho asem ba say kwan wa fa so yi chief justice adi and justice of the superior court no one day no e ba form kakra nti nkaya kan 3 arms of government there na ebi a elevate one day no enko the status on the level of ebi omampanyin de adwenkyerɛ na mom kosi sɛ yɛnse san samra ne de nana yɛnse san samra no na mra no ho de baabi ɔmampanyin bu so ɛde na wɛyi ɛsɛ sɛ allegation is say wɔn a establish prima facie na wɔyɛ ne den the Council of State no to
kangaroo
because you can call it any name.
Yes, that's what I've called it.
So what I say but no entia mra
kangaroo
all right pato miss
dog
so what I say baabi mra no subui and I'm person come yo asemasi as a sanka who establish it from afasi one establish it because of 1 2 3 or ABC me was high evidence to show fine and I don't know man paying 1 year sir now them rasha won some year nya ope but man paying eye owie no constitution e kire say ti we begwaku bi o constitution a kire kwa obefa so atobagu ebedwaku no eno kra no ohia won akwadare wo mram justices by benu e was so sanya personal issue there so be a justice of the superior court not na committee no so ya mpacho weti amra ben enu achi no with the recommendation ne ba constitution na kire kwan so mampanyin de fa so when ni sansem nyina so no no aye no pa eti mimi so nana senka ebe no mampanyin so ampa ma me na madam funti me de be me man kwan say on san kofa na djuma no nye biowa nti ka no so ebe ka ho asem se den nana yaw anke ebe ka so mampanyin aya ade ana o mampanyin ya bumra so on yen reduce yen level of hypocrisy no kakra e ya semese de anya hwe na e obenten de aya hwe aden ebi so na chief justice adwuma ne de e ye hupa na electoral commission de hina no kan no so kire o ni nyina e bodies a constitution na hyehyɛ
mate
no a kire kwan wo fa so a won fa nyi obi mama won fa nyi obi say ye wo how e wo mra no ho a eno na mo ma ye fa mra ni eni ho nkomo ni e say dan ye betimi aye to change that thing mate yet means say na say who say nana nipa bia ni ho a sebe o sebe abeka so no de ne ho kro gender
mate
say ye nipa institution ne de wan hwe no fa na ma bi nso amata ho a obi ka kotra ha ma na ye no pekeka osusu say me de me all in all into obi antimi fa bi anim constitution na ye supreme enti say bebe adu nana obi abet ma kire na dwen na mom ante so be gina bibi so aka say o mampanyin watia mra article say clause say when ni so me ayekeken commentary
mate nana ibrahim nyama ya otoso mienu kwawu adua mo ahema na ye wawoda surveyor Jonas Ofori bediako se omautrinkwa naima nana ibrahim nyama ya otoso mienu kwawu adua mo ahema surveyor Jonas Ofori bediako ene ekwesi edua se ye mautrinkwa na ene eye wawoda. Just a quick one before I go to Sampain. In answer to the question posed by any MPSA that the president hasn't breached any law, I say that he bastardized the spirit of the constitution. It's as simple as that. Honorable Alex Kwayukum Aban. The letter and the spirit. Yes, sir.
Bamini honorable Paransa. Any you were fast. Kofi Fosu.
Enkansa.
Ene o mawoda. Nyamishiro mo kwatintim.
Now, answer now be room crowd. My main for quick one with Mpacho with them Srewara. Onim say over the weekend, Fetu Afashe Orange Friday, ene ena esha si jinamu den. Now, as part of Enshishe no ampenifo de gu akwan no, Ghana's dance hall king Shatta Wale is set to headline the luckiest Ghana Ogwa Fetu Afashe Orange Friday event this week at the Robert Mensah Sports Stadium, Central Region. This will be the first performance of Shatta Wale after his release from Economic and Organized Crime Office Yoko custody. He will share stage with sensational Afrobeat star Wendy Shea, Akoto Perry, and Nero X. The Orange Friday is the only in the city of Cape Coast is the best part of the week-long Ogwa Fetu Afashe, and it is proudly coming your way by the kind courtesy of luckiest *712#. Enti ejumako e friend the luckiest banese bedwemo promos ahodo no a enim so mo ne dimu akotene pa no ene omo adawroma Shatta Wale ejiram ewo Cape Coast Ogwa Fetu Afashe Orange Friday no ase ni nyina ne se obo *712# no a wodam the luckiest na waso bibia mu ama o se bi afashe keke na akọ de ne nso ubetimi abo *712# ewo phone so no follow prompt no udi so abekọ afashe no aba no na obotom aye masa etwum eno ena ode bantishia Shatta Wale ene the luckiest ewo Ogwa ene efie ya say Sampain
ye na yo
papa
gbinyiri sesa ne pronounce no ye President Mahama mfijire peo Martin said nipa be 31 so far in the free and 13,000 plus. The first time Ghana Martin say this year refugees it will be mine. In the history of Ghana, I may be wrong, but doc mona mon kind history ache say me boy mon correct me. In the history of Ghana, the first time Ghana this year displacements and am to kwa ewo man mu mama refugees ewo Kokrokoo no. This is the first time. Na said the no report ni baye na yaka de bi e ma no ne nkura no yeso omo famu no. Nana Mr. President, we say the ni feature pe ni fie na busuafo ni nuanom nkwa befa so a ye be hihye na bibia ye no ye moa. Min kan ko because mimre ni sa na nsam so ehia ewo ha. Sounds na IGP MPP a petition no say a vice chairperson of the National Democratic Congress Obeka say obebu obi said the ticket class be by election the election so beku no ne sa ye the petition na kono IGPA yesro ehwemu memfa nkoye nkrofo ekobo minua ba ha wa kumsin no ma ye nim nkrofo kro na sifo a yenni obi afoto de tia ne se yakodi obi asema fan obi 6,000 na boys niggas de cotton restaurant didie no eno ye pe sa asem no atie wa sa asem no bi na na yo mamfuma ho den emra asema esie eye nkaye ayese watare fita kama ehyewe
Go there, no, so
we dig beans. Na enwa som. Wo pia bontin a, obi ehun na so shirt no mu no. Sangu no na so President Mahama shirt fitaa no. If he say, empepa da. Kabila doctor. Wo de ho adwuma ni nyina kan refata ni nyina. Ba mo say enye president na yi na di na hwan asem no be be free by president ko hia NDC a lawyer for e bo share wo mo ni say ye judicial no apro nkankan ni ti enti ye ba e se sachire mu
na sa chief justice won't mean lead sachire mu no
na ya ye wie ye no hwe ye hwe the link a ebo petitioners no wom lawyer for any committee no e ya another matter ye be hia ha aka ho asem the link a war petitioners no committee members no ene o lawyer for no na yem found two council of state no so we say nya kangaroo and na no news item so western region as a western north chairman or NDC chairman or say your council of state member
western north big edu
or say or be 16 regional chairman no nyina of NDC no ma hwese e be yi electoral commissioner if you council of state member Ashanti region ya bimpe interviews be no grantee here emfa chief justice ho when na ko take decision say president o menye anaye nti na ya wo mo kwa wo mo no assemble na no be ka che president don be ka che ni say onkonkonko ye eno enanche no we ye pure political witch hunting mene
are chief justice or politician
na enyam na muti radio so eti TV so ene babia mo see onko fam pipi kurata arishe petition no amudi koye no ba ko anka nkire ye say o mo see ne actions no eye too partisan enya say that petition ti na ya ade ehu esay ya metan wo mu ni say sushefa wo hoyi ye de kwa asemua petitioners no mo ye say miensa mo wie ba ko de
e petitions ne ye miensa
petitions ye miensa mo wie ba ko mo te ma join ni mienu adwuma ye nwie ye no ye de report ko ye nwie yo ya ba Kokrokoo why ye mo newspaper review why ye sports all right ye be discussion segment ye nwie discussion segment no ye se na de ye wie Kokrokoo program no
ana kabila wie submission na me say
we say
e ko ba de aka ni nyina
nko mo ye wie
ene krasa da nka na mpese me ye
ona na ya na nka ba ni pa boni ba so de nka antisa oh he na what the asem no akwakoto eho na ya kika we say no nyina wie a ma be ka kire say enye president na yi no na sabi me papa Kwampan George on yi no kata na wo tworo ma ye no kwan din na wo so ba kuno a o se ya se yi no kra afi
atemu adwuma mu no
bench no so kra no kwan sa na hyase ebo ni din kan the pise me asumasi
ade na mo deny say nyo
excuse it no the petition no flimsy outrageous frivolous unim why edian pa na say one ni kunu atu kwan nti ye se odi oman sika enunti na woman edi double salary ministers tuna titi wo no woman ye woman den
ana ye must
woman den
speaker of parliament for answer
ye woman den president Ruamu on the Yirinum ya no amunyi pay.
How do you relate it to this one?
Did she pay those money to herself or to her husband?
No amunyi pay.
I know what you are
saying. I know to say, Mammy get to talk no or no one at the pen any paper. Equal use can fee judicial service futum and what the quayesa. Why na esenko answer that question? Why and also answer that question? Me a mayor, na me a mayor, right? Say infraction bi ba audit infraction ba nipa no ani din say bia fi finance say bia director ne sign ya enya me ne be kasa be ye meyonti me ne mawie sika no the persons are one more assign ye side juma no one more ne be ka o masem and why would the back stop on at the door of the chief justice enya mun sama mu ko kan wo mu meeting na se muti mu pa no ma ba mu regional chairman fo eye council of state members ebe ye yodium eyam de se Kabila kan adam papa so de sen tell adam feel ayi e ka se wo ma ye Kwame Nkrumah duedium no wo ma ne ma yetu no say duedium na council of state for ni bi eye president onu su tie no
That's my okay. So was what my men quite when you
are Kasai Mankabi.
Mamma, press conference, I catch her said she was fairly treated. Wanted.
That's my kayati. Or can't say, I remember that petty will be antebino. Muslim. Nana, Assemno, and made that pefe near United
Assemno. When you can Assemno, Meme
Assembly Kabila,
I'm not NDC MPP. I'm Ghanaian. Munya a cheap argument, no? So be a Kanama tagging MPP and you get away with it.
Samban or a party member.
Into opinion.
What can I say? Nana, opinion. Come on.
We'll see.
Now I'm not talking about your command.
We'll see what the we are pedestrianism. A commentary Kekenaoma. Media me commentary na memo. I'm speaking to the facts. And your commentary, I'm not the pedestrian commentary here. Speaking to the fact. Say in somewhere the choir no, there ain't a more do I see the no. There ain't
who is that question?
There ain't what you say, you do be a cotu fiase chanimine, so kofo bigire, and no kofo bikuniti. Yes, who were dear woo. Ya dear dan dear say, oh dear woo. Instead ye born no kun for yenko kunibi. Then mom ye say onam eno we say Kabila board ye bi ayeso eno twa ye ko enti yenko bontunku no. Eyam me de say Kabila e kan asem bi okotu Bible no hwe de ye Yesu Kristo. Na Yesu Kristo ye kun ni wie ye na sorry ye no. Ono na be ye kwagifo e ma wiase ma nyina ye wogidie e wo Christ mu. Enti de dia ye ma mega truth no. He the bid nana yaw mu de ne ma befo woni o meya wo munim o ba guy yesi computer no so mu aso na ye enema we aye kan ene kopim se Christ beba entwamu da na mame no so hu be san emrepam ni ye bibia yen kan hunu se o my Ghana enye ye private property NDC mamu nyamadwe say mo wo majority of parliament nti dem pe na mo ye no de ya mija eye nipa ye wo man mu a enne yake no atum a obi ankasa ehimfa nanu no omo kasa asofo nanu no omo kasa academia nanu no omo kasa civil society organization nanu no omo kasa obia hihye nanum nti ade say ebi hye nanum ntimi kasa na mo amkosu a creative for boys and girls no yesi eduane hwe num kran kasa nchuro obi enti well e bia duntra but eye hypocrisy nya twom enu enti obi enkasa na ya no akoka mama Charlotte said there Kabila kan or the 3W1 in as for bill so wo kai mo kan me hu Samre no na the law is the law no na the law is the law and na the law is not the law Samre no enne who comes the law is the law no Samre no na the law is the law and na the law is not the law
the way
Bidmanues
the law was the law is the law and the law will be the law
Cardinal
Doc
Asamiti we twem say the NDC so-called reset needs a reset. They should rethink it.
How do you reset a reset?
They must rethink it. Because it is filled with evil. They must stop it.
I say Adama democracy FNU. Obia wona adwenkyere. Se Kabila kyere na adwen amene na nya adwen se memfa dua mu.
Ano jaza wo ya metamfo.
Ana bi ane de ane ti na ma democracy no ye nyina jetum se yenye. Nti obia wona adwenkyere. Na mom ni nyina no ne tia twa eye mra no.
Yes.
Ye mu a ne ma mra ni nyina. Ye wo ha wo mra no ho a yentu anu ho anamo
but that's
it's as good as the
Bernard and PSA James Kwabnabon Virginia PAD Sir Sampine penfo mi ensa na no pay me ne wo mo edi juma nsa na me sorry kra no Arabia ne ho dwo na ne ho ni asem person room self contained itiete mo an se opɛ dankra ba akwa oni obi anche bibia opɛ single room self contained na onya bi wala pass tabora tesano ene achimota anka ni beje ho fama me kare ni beje ho papa eno eye ne ewo ho se wo ye fie wura na se wo obi awo sa edan ni bi ewo ho a fre 0555628935 0555628935 yenu na ni beje ho pa and also obia wono we are fan of game of chance Shannon so say over this weekend I say if in there ekoi the luckiest ewo Cape Coast na Shatawale na woye headline artist ewo Ogwafetu Afashe Orange Friday ya shase ni ase na unim say the luckiest there about game of chance Ghana has say obia any womo emboti pen *712# *712# the luckiest Adauroma Shatawale ewo Cape Coast Ogwafetu Afashe Orange Friday no ojiramu na one Wendy Shea and Afe Kotoperi womo na ejiramu ewo Ogwafetu Afashe no ase ene enti na otwi de ni nyina ekire Fetu Afashe kesi ase ewo gwai eho na bibia beko medu gwai dia na abokwa Amina Duncan na Afe Central Gold Honorable Mrs. Marigold Hassan former Central Regional Minister Central Gold anopay me mamu nyina achen Richie's Plantations can you premeni your free Central Region the ain't win twemu ma emedu akra wa bra ye nchia wo Richie's Plantation ya ma wachen nim se bibia kama ewe henefa ibana ni se bibia okay nyame enka ho na bibia esoso enye fine afei Dr. James Kwabrabon Virginia me professor Mabel Otibuadi or say Omao blessed weekend very reverend Harry Aoche very reverend Papa Kabila so my blessed weekend nyame enka ho very reverend
vice principal West School
no kata no yo ozi me fan krama na me ka treo
ehia pa papa so for nyame shira
yeah vice principal na bam ka zem na fa pon
ontimi nye ka
rasem na o your vice principal na Mr. Siama onso na assist onso your vice principal sa no na in charge of Ezatine na tufo na Monday ne ye call assembly no msi wo mo a meeting roll call e no bodi no msi wo mo nkonkon hu mesi sesiamba na ya danfo ba ko agoji okoya ya oteso ko defend no ho na also I traveled no okai say mami na meziat wanyi eziat to I travel na and mami say you traveled
without any
but no also you travel where was you grow from why baby I was school
next time very Reverend Harry Awoche a blessed weekend and then to my Archbishop His Grace John Bonaventure Kofi CSSP your grace a blessed weekend I wish you from me na Kesi ubetimi afrem the cardinal behechiri Emma Ghana's Morning Voice Chairman General Kwame Sefakan on behalf of the crew the radiasum bie ejamu nyina makram